Middlesex slipped to their 7th defeat in this season's Friends Life T20 competition, losing by 21 runs at London rivals Surrey at the Kia Oval. Rory Hamilton-Brown won the toss and he chose to bat first, with himself taking on the Middlesex bowlers from the off, playing his natural game as he struck some early boundaries to get his side off and running as they posted 21 runs on the board in the first 2 overs. Stephen Crook broke the opening stand at the start of the 3rd over as Steve Davis's one-handed pull shot merely deflected the ball high into the air, giving John Simpson a simple catch. Hamilton-Brown was not to be put off by that, however, and he thrashed 2 successive boundaries in the next over, bowled by Ryan McLaren. Surrey began this match having won only 2 of their previous games and needing to put a run of wins together to help them reach the knockout stages. They were helped in that by Jason Roy, who drove Crook over extra cover for the first maximum of the match. He, like his skipper, has only one way of playing, whether it be in a 20-over game or a 4-day match, and he helped his side put 55 runs on the board in the power play overs. Just after they'd finished, Hamilton-Brown chopped Neil Dexter's first delivery back onto his stumps to depart for 30, made from 20 balls. Surrey then lost Roy 2 overs later as Dexter struck again, following a wild swing from the batsman. This was the best part of the match for the Panthers, and with Tom Smith fielding as brilliantly as this, they were able to put the squeeze on. And when Xander de Brain gave Dexter a 3rd wicket with a catch behind to finish with figures of 3 for 18, Surrey had slowed down to 76 for 4 in the 11th over. But their stroke makers kept on coming and Tom Maynard took his side into 3 figures. Gary Wilson then attempted a very risky shot off Tim Murtagh and was bowled at 106 for 5 with only 27 balls remaining. But Surrey were able to add 57 runs in that time as they, thanks to some fine hitting from Yasser Arafat, were able to finish their innings strongly. It typified Middlesex's efforts in this summer's competition as their opposition got away from them just at the wrong time. Arafat made 28 from 17 balls, an innings including this towering 6 off Murtagh. And Maynard finished his innings really well too. An accidental beamer from Crook was pulled for a 6. And the extra ball was also dispatched over the ropes as Maynard was able to reach his 50 before the end of the innings as his side finished their 20 overs on 163 for 5 with 20 coming off the last over. It was a gettable score if Middlesex could get off to a good start and keep their wickets intact. Paul Sterling and Dexter opened up to try to do just that, but some fairly tight bowling meant that boundaries such as these were not coming as quickly as the Panthers would have liked, as these two put on 29 in the first 4 overs of their reply. Alas, Dexter couldn't make the same contribution with the bat as he'd done with the ball, and he was caught behind off Stuart Meeker after making 7. With Sterling still there, Middlesex were still very much in the game. The Irishman has made some decent scores at the top of the order this summer without ever going on to knock up something really significant, and this match went the way of so many others for him after he'd made 34. Midway through the 9th over with a total on 54, he was legged before to Gareth Batty, reverse sweeping. Surrey's bowlers then took a stranglehold on the innings in the middle overs. Although Scott Newman hit Batty for 2 consecutive boundaries, the bowler conceded only 17 runs from his 4 overs. The run rate required was going up and up to something almost unmanageable in spite of the best efforts from Newman, who tried his utmost to get his side back in the game. Alas for him and his partner Dawid Malan, the much-needed boundaries were just not frequent enough against some tidy Surrey bowling, as that rate had escalated to 12.4 and over off the last 5. Newman did at least get to a half-century against his former county, made from 46 balls with 6 fours, including this one off a rare wild delivery from Arafat. But try as they might, there were just not enough shots like this, as Middlesex went into the final over with far too much to do. The final nail had already been hammered in by the time that Newman was out in the last over for 61, as the Panthers could only get to 142 for 3 from their 20 overs to lose by 21 runs. That means that they've managed just the 1 win against group leaders Sussex in the first half of this season's competition. There is still time to turn things around, but the 2008 T20 champions need to start winning immediately, beginning with Friday's match at Uxbridge against Kent.